Good morning, everybody. This your boy aka Big Zeke, on my way to work this morning. Coming at y'all as I'm heading to this job. I have not forgotten that I am going to elaborate on last week's weekly inspirational thought. That video will be coming at y'all. It'll be coming later than normal. It'll be coming later on tonight. Some point in the evening, I'm going to have that done. And that will be getting posted and coming up tonight, guys. So be looking out for that content as well. First and foremost, like I always tell you guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in. My weekly inspirational thought comes in the form of one word for this week: focus. Now, I know a lot of times we hear that word focus, and it's somebody trying to yell at us and get us to do certain things and tell us what to do. I'm going to hit this thing from a different angle this morning, because I'm pretty sure there's something that we all need to focus on and redirect in our lives. I know I do. So this is one of those times where the weekly inspirational thought is from a different angle. It's not so much from a telling everybody to do something. It's more of an encouraging thing, because a lot of times when we lose focus, everybody automatically think we lose focus because of negative things, and that's not always true. You know, sometimes we can lose focus because of, loss of a job, relationship breakups. We can lose focus because of sickness in our body. We can lose focus because our finances ain't where we want them to be. And that's not necessarily a negative thing. Those things are part of life, Now, there are a lot of times when we do lose focus because of stuff that has no relevance on our lives, like social media. And I hate to keep sounding like I'm attacking social media, because I'm really not. Because anything, if used properly, can be a definite blessing. And I'm not attacking social media, because there is a lot of positive stuff out there. When I say social media in this context, I'm talking about stuff that, like who won the Cardi B Nicki Minaj fight. I seen that pop up a lot this weekend. That's not relevant to my life, and I'm talking about me. I'm not finna talk about nobody else. Me personally, that's how I feel about that. And I'm not being funny, not trying to be disrespectful, but it's just like, I look at certain things in life and I say, how does this bear relevance in my life? I'm not finna shift my focus to who won the Cardi B Nicki Minaj fight. I'm gonna keep my focus on, getting stronger in God. Preparing myself for when the time comes for me to get my queen. Get married and all that good stuff. I'm not finna shift my focus to who won the Cardi B Nicki Minaj fight. That's irrelevant to me. So, some on his lens, okay. But, sorry y'all, some on my lens, on my camera. But, so we gotta focus. We have to find our shift. We have to find our focus. Shift. We have to shift our focus. We have to, make sure that our focus is directed in the right places. And I know sometimes it gets hard, especially with those things that we cannot control. But the things we cannot control, well, let me say this. With everything, I'm a firm believer that if you go to God in prayer, He will answer your prayer. He may not answer it when you want Him to answer it, but God's timing is different than our time. He'll answer it when the time is right. So I'll say that first. My advice to anybody: go to God first in every area of your life. May not happen when you want it, but it will happen. But the focus part of everything, it gets difficult, Life tries to beat us up. Keyword tries. But we had to find a way to shift our focus, to keep going, to keep pushing forward. Y'all have heard me say this in previous weekly inspirational thoughts, where we got to pick ourselves up. We got to keep going forward. We got to find a way to keep moving, keep going forward, keep driving, keep grinding. And that's where focus comes into play, because focus, if we're focused on what we're doing and not just going through it, we'll get better results. You know, if we really focus on what it is that we're doing. Look at this example. If we could go many different routes with this, I'll just go in the sports world. And I know a lot of people may not like this comment, but if LeBron James, we'll use him as an example, he's considered to be the best basketball player in the world today. And I'll admit, LeBron James has a lot of skills. He's good he's a great basketball player. I'm not gonna take anything from him. I personally am not a LeBron James fan on the court, as far as basketball wise, and it's not for negative reasons. I'm just not. But I do give credit where credit is due. He's a great athlete. But my point in saying that is this: if he didn't have focus to hone his craft and work on his craft, would he be at the level that he's at? Bill Gates. Y'all know about Bill Gates. If Bill Gates didn't have the focus that he had, would he have been able to build his empire the way he did? See, my point is that if we focus, if we trust God, number one, and number two, if we focus, we can achieve anything we desire in this life. That's why it's so important to focus. We have to focus. And I know, and believe it or not, the devil, one of the key things he tries to take away from us is our focus. He tries to keep us distracted. He, just look at what's going on in the news and stuff. Look at what's going on in the news. Look at what's going on. And you see a lot of distractions. And I ain't talking about important news stories and stuff like that, guys. I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. Distractions. You go on social media, distractions. And I think, this is just me personally, one of the biggest distractions that everyone faces is well, so-and-so said this about me, distraction. And y'all have heard me say this in videos past. I'm not focused on what nobody has to say about me. I'm only focused on what God has to say about me. People can run their mouth all day. Doesn't matter to me. What people think about me in my life and how I operate is irrelevant to me. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, that's kind of a cold attitude. No, it's a focused attitude. My focus is on my Father's business. It's on kingdom business. It's not on what everybody got to say about me. People talked about Jesus. People talked about disciples, And as a little boy, I learned it's not what you're called, it's what you answer to. A lot of times we get so caught up and worried about what Billy Bob and Jody Ann, those are random names, guys. If your name is that, I apologize. I'm just throwing out random names. We so worried about what they're saying about us that then we tend to lose focus on what we're supposed to be doing. Because now we done got caught up in they said this game. Or they did this game. Or look at what they got. Or look at No, don't look at everybody else. Focus on you. Because the more time you spend paying attention to what everybody else is saying and what everybody else is doing and what everybody else has, that's the less time that you're focusing on honing your own craft and developing your own empire and getting to where you need to be in life. Spend more time focusing on you instead of focusing on everybody else and what they think. And I promise you, not only will you be stress-free, but you'll find more motivation to motivate yourself. All types of things in a good way that will span from this. Okay? That's why I said for me, that's the focal point today for this weekly inspirational thought. Let's focus. Let's focus on building ourselves up. Let's focus on love. Let's focus on encouragement. Let's focus on just being better, you know, within ourselves. You know, not to show off, not to flash, but let's just focus so that we can move forward and do the things that God designed for us to do. All right, y'all. As always, if y'all like this video, share this video. If you have not subscribed but would like to, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell button for the notifications so whenever I put up new content, y'all will see it right away. All right? I love you guys. I pray that y'all have a blessed week. Be looking out for that other content coming up tonight. And as always, be inspired.